A major development in Chicago. A federal judge has granted the prosecution's request to dismiss charges against Marimar Martinez, a woman caught up in President Trump's immigration crackdown in Chicago. Now, Martinez is an American citizen, but she was charged with assaulting federal officers last month, accused of ramming an agent's vehicle before he shot her. I spoke to Martinez in an exclusive interview.
Can I show them?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was shot in my arm right here. And then it went through my tricep, and then it grazed the side of my chest.
Reminders of what could have been Marimar Martinez's last day. October 4th, the Department of Homeland Security claimed she rammed a Border Patrol agent's vehicle in Chicago with her car before that agent got out and shot her multiple times. She says she was on her way to donate clothes until she saw what appeared to be federal agents, already becoming a familiar sight in Chicago's neighborhoods.
So I started beeping my horn. As a Mexican-American, first-generation USA citizen, I felt it was my responsibility to let my neighborhood know that ICE agents were near.
They turned out to be Border Patrol.
So I just got next to them, and I was like, get out of here, and I was just like honking.
That's when she says they sideswiped her, contradicting Border Patrol's narrative.
They immediately stopped. I gotta go somewhere safe. I went to my furthest left, make sure that I wasn't gonna hit them. As I was passing them, they started shooting at me through the side.
The agent got out of his vehicle and shot Martinez 5 times. It feels like it's still top of mind for you, right?
It's painful. Like, just to talk about it, it's like, think about it, like just me remembering what happened that day. It's traumatic, honestly.
She was charged with forcibly assaulting and resisting or impeding a border agent and labeled a domestic terrorist by the Department of Homeland Security. And then, over a month later, in what became a critical court hearing, the agent who shot her, Charles Exum, testified the collision was more of a hit, not rammed. Then, these text messages came out where he appeared to be bragging about shooting you. Read it, 5 shots, 7 holes, put that in your book, boys. You were sitting right there.
What type of agent brags about it? This is what the administration has out in the street.
For 15 years, I was a federal prosecutor. I worked every day with FBI, DEA, DHS. I have never come across an agent like that, and it's something that's embarrassing to me as a former federal prosecutor.
Thursday night, there was suddenly a major shift. The case was dropped, and at the request of the prosecution. Despite the case being dismissed, DHS stuck to their original accusations. On October 4th, Border Patrol law enforcement officers were ambushed by domestic terrorists that rammed federal agents with their vehicles. The woman, Marimar Martinez, driving one of the vehicles, was armed with a semi-automatic weapon and has a history of doxing federal agents. We will not allow domestic terrorists to attack our law enforcement. This was after you were cleared of these charges.
Where are they getting all this fake information from? I was just shocked, honestly.
While a gun was found in her car, it was never brought out. It was still inside a holster with the snap closed. She also has her concealed carry license, her attorney says.
They're still putting out these false statements that are disputed by their own people, right? Agent Exum testified that there was no ramming. I mean, he's the driver. He was there.
For Martinez, she's just happy this chapter is over with, but she can't avoid its reminders. When you look at those, scars on your body, what do you think about?
I'm a survivor.
And it's not just the physical scars she lives with.
I don't want to remember that day. You're laying there at night and you're just thinking about it, what's gonna happen? It's really emotional to me. So it's hard for me to talk about it, but I'm trying.
Moving forward, Martinez, who's a Montessori school teacher, says she's just looking forward to getting back to her children, but knows life won't be quite the same after this. Now, On this case, for some perspective, the FBI director tweeted about this, showing video that had nothing to do with this case. That tweet with the wrong video is still up, by the way, and the FBI wouldn't comment when we asked them why. This case was also cited in the Trump administration's appeal to the Supreme Court as part of why they believed the National Guard was needed in Chicago. And finally, Martinez's attorney, Chris Parenti, who you just heard from, actually credited the Trump-appointed U.S. attorney, Andrew Boutros, with what Parenti said took incredible guts to not go forward with this case, despite likely being under enormous pressure to do so. And for what it's worth, Boutros' office told me they're constantly evaluating new facts and information in cases like this, a dynamic that clearly applied here.